Yes, I'm back with some ammo. You know, not that type of ammo. Um, my last video was about the haters. You know what I'm saying? But this video gonna be about God. This video is strictly about God. Um, because that's who gets all the credit. God gets all the credit. You know what I'm saying? My haters, they don't. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. My haters, I use them for fuel. You know what I'm saying? But the good outweigh the bad. You gotta let the good outweigh the bad. So if it wasn't for God, I mean, I wouldn't be had the character that I have today. I wouldn't have the faith that I have today. I wouldn't be, you know, saying the person that I am today. You know, I give all praise to God. That's who gets all the credit. You know what I'm saying? I make sure I let him know that he gets all the credit on a day-to-day basis. You know, even when these people, who is these people, these haters, they tried to take away my faith in God. You know, God took took me and, you know what I'm saying, built my faith up, like built it like more than you can ever imagine. Me isolating myself and having a relationship that I have with God, man, it's just words can't even describe it. Words can't even describe the relationship that I have with God. Um, I have a lot of faith in God. Like I can see through people like glass, you know. Before I ever in my in my life think about going back or being a Decepticon, I read a God just called me home. That's how much faith and that's how much I love God. That's how much faith I have and that's how much I love God. I mean, I'm telling you, you know, which I don't understand why people that say they love God and then turn around and turn it back. I don't understand it. Cause I could never, you know. That's who really gets all the credit at the end of the day. God does. It's not a hater. It's not none of them. Like, don't get it twisted. God, God made all of this possible. God brought this out of me, you know. So, I mean, it's just amazing, man. It's amazing. It is amazing. Yes, the chemistry is amazing. Um, like I said, I'm Christ conscious. You know, I'm Christ conscious. So God is my everything. God is my everything. So I had to make this video to give all that credit to God. Because if it wasn't for God, because he's not man or woman, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be this positive person that you see today. I wouldn't. You know, I can, I wouldn't. Like, I wouldn't at all. And it's crazy because you might be like, well, why is your relationship so, like, why you feel like so, because I can't explain it. Like I told you, words can't explain it. It's on, I can't tell you how to strengthen your relationship with God. I can tell you to believe in him though. He's real. I mean, God is real. Because I'm telling you, God's not man or woman. God is real. I can tell you God is real. I cannot tell you how to strengthen your relationship with God. I can just tell you that God is very much real, you know. And you need to have faith. Like I got have faith, you know. And that's why I think that's wrong with a lot of people nowadays is that they put their faith in the things that's on the outside of them. They're basically worshiping stuff, materialistic stuff, and you know, money and all of the stuff that doesn't fulfill them in the inside. They putting their main attention and focus in those type of things that they forget that they don't have that the stuff that they're worshiping on the outside is not on the inside. You get what I'm saying? It's like they're empty in the inside. So because they don't have no faith in God. I know God just like all of this stuff that you worshiping is if it wasn't for me, none of this stuff wouldn't even be here on earth. And you're not even acknowledging the fact that God has, you know what I'm saying, has given all these gifts to us on this earth. People don't do that. They're giving acknowledge to the devil because the devil roams the earth, yeah. But God is beyond what we can see, beyond what we can imagine. It's to the point where people forget about, they just forget about God. I just can't. I don't understand it. I mean, it's not even a word for God. Intelligence. It's really not. I honestly, genius is not no word for God intelligence because you never know how God work. You never know how God work. It's not no word for God intelligence. You just never know. That's the beauty of it. You never know. It's not a word. It's not a word. I mean, the closest I can go is probably infinite intelligence, but it's it's beyond that. It's not even a word for God intelligence at all. It's a beautiful thing. You know, my chemistry is very strong with God, and that's why I think. Well, that's not why I think. That's why I know a lot of people don't like me because of my strong chemistry with God. That alone, make people run away, and I don't mind because you go ahead. I open the door for you. I, I don't need no relationship with nobody because I understand who I truly am, and I understand how much I love God. So he gets. I mean, I keep saying God gets all the credit, all of the credit. I don't care how successful I am in life. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't have it. Now you need the haters too, to push you and motivate you to remind you, where you at. But God is the reason why though. God is. So whatever you doing in life or whatever you trying to accomplish, just sit back and think like, what are you really putting your trust into? Is you really putting your trust? Yeah, you putting your trust into your craft, but if you didn't have nothing materialistic, what would you put your trust into? Like, ask yourself that question. Would you be chasing these materialistic things? Would you be chasing up behind somebody that don't mean you any good? Would you be chasing up behind them? Would you be chasing for, I mean, whatever, cars, money, whatever? Would you be chasing up behind it, then to focus on your dream and your goal? Or would you put your faith in God and your trust in God and your focus on your craft or your focus on what you want to do in life? You have to ask yourself that question. I like to joke and laugh. I think I'm funny. I'm not, but I don't try to satisfy everybody, but I'm funny in my own way. You know what I'm saying? And I like to enjoy life and, different ways or whatever. But when it comes to God, I am very serious. Very serious when it comes to God. I might even tell God a joke, but I'm very serious when it comes to God. And I don't play about God. Like, for real. And like I said, before I even ever think about turning my back on God and being a Decepticon, I rather God just call me on home. That's how much faith I got in him. I mean, gosh, I keep saying that because we've been brainwashed in these churches to believe God was a person. We've been brainwashed for so long. It's just like I keep coming to saying it, but God is not a man or woman. The devil don't even have a face. They believe they let you believe that devil was a person with horns. Devil is a spiritual being. You know, I love God. Love you, God. But that's who gets all the credit. You know, do not get it twisted. God gets all the credit. That's why I wear this hat almost every video you see. You know, so I just want to put this positive message out there that God is very much real, and that's who gets all the credit for all of the positive things that I do and all of the progress you see or growth you see. God gets all the credit and the glory. The haters just get laughed at. And another thing, when I be somewhere and I laugh, that's because I think about all of the self love that I developed, and I just be laughing because, man, I'm really happy within myself, and I'm like, man, I can remember where I came from all the way up to now, and it just feel good for me to just sit up there and just laugh, like, man, I can't believe I'm doing it. I'm actually doing it, you know? It's a beautiful feeling. So keep God and Jesus number one in your life. And you can't go wrong. That's all I got for this video. That's all I got for this video. That's all the chosen one has to say. Keep God and Jesus. Christ number one in your life. Peace out, folks.